Sound check 1 2 1 2. Welcome into another SR51 Media stream. I am your host, Saud Aries. Hopefully, you're having a good day today. It's Thanksgiving week. Hopefully, you're having a good Thanksgiving. I want to say happy Thanksgiving now. I know it's probably a little bit early, but a lot of people, I know myself, during Thanksgiving and Black Friday, we tend to go back and watch videos and gameplay of different stuff. So, happy Thanksgiving to everybody that's watching the stream. This stream is the day before Thanksgiving and the day before Black Friday. So, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully you have a good holiday with family and friends. You spend it safe and enjoyable. Eat hearty, be merry. You know, it's that time of year. I didn't want to change the graphics. Let me get past this window too. I didn't want to change the graphics for the stream. What is this? Madden celebrates Native American Heritage Month. Sam Bradford's a Native American. I didn't know that. He played for us for a while. James Winchester, don't know him. I know Sam Bradford. I know Sam Bradford played for my Eagles for a little bit before it was the end of his career. I remember Sammy Sleeves. More than I dislike Sammy Sleeves. Only because I was looking for a franchise quarterback. But what I was saying was, so yeah, it's the day before as we get into the franchise menu. It's the day before Thanksgiving. I'm just going to keep it honest and straight up. I have some things that I have to do today to prepare for the Thanksgiving holiday. I have some things that you know how it is, that last minute shopping and that last minute grocery shopping. Got to get some things done for the Thanksgiving holiday. So I don't know how long this stream is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. I don't know. But I decided to at least get a stream going to, maybe get a game or two in, talk for a little bit, just to see each other and hang out before the holiday. Because I know tomorrow there's a strong possibility I'm probably not streaming tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving and, going to be spending that with family and stuff like that. And then I have plans for Friday as well. So I may not be back until possibly Saturday. Maybe a little bit, depending on how it would be, either Saturday or maybe Sunday night, depending on what my schedule looks like. But I wanted to put this down on the stream today so that way anybody that comes to the channel that plays the latest video will know, okay, so he's spending the holiday with the family. He'll be back in a couple of days. A lot of streamers are taking off. There are some that are going to try to press themselves to stream during Thanksgiving while they're spending time with the family, but I don't think that's smart. I think that the holidays are for family and friends, and we are friends as well through the internet. So, I'm going to be streaming during the holidays and stuff. Look for my graphics to change up. I am currently right now looking for different stream packages. The only reason why I didn't change the graphics right now was because I felt as though I didn't want to change the graphics to a Thanksgiving theme, and Thanksgiving only lasts a day. Whereas after Thanksgiving, I'm probably going to change the graphics up to be something more Christmassy. That way we can have, a Christmas vibe all the way into Christmas and things like that. As far as a Christmas holiday, 9 times out of 10, to call it fair, Christmas morning, I will not be streaming. It's Christmas morning. It's with family and friends, opening gifts and things like that. I don't know what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day. I don't want to guarantee it. Like I said, I might be spending Christmas with family and friends, and I may take a day off or two. But what you can be rested assured is right after Thanksgiving, all the way up to Christmas, I'm going to be streaming. New Year's, as far as New Year's goes, it's also kind of a clogged holiday there. So I may not be home to stream. And of course, Valentine's Day, I'm going to be taking off for that as well. That's time to be spending with your loved one, your partner, whoever they may be, whatever partner you got, or if you don't, if you're just spending it by yourself, either way, I understand. But I am a married man, happily married. And, I'm going to be spending Valentine's Day and New Year's and Christmas and Thanksgiving with the family and friends and my lovely wife, Rose Aries. So I just wanted to put that out there in the beginning of the stream so that way anybody that comes to the channel can at least get updated on what's going on. The graphics will be changed. As far as the reviews, here's my thing. I started realizing that maybe I'm doing a little much for the channel. Like I'm trying to do too much. Prime example, if you was to ask me today or tomorrow, is Madden a good game? If I was to tell you that I have over 100 hours in it, wouldn't that tell you that it's a good game? If I've been playing it over 100 hours? Same thing with Assassin's Creed. If I've played every Assassin's Creed up to this point, and you were to ask me, is Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Odyssey a good game? Would I need to answer that? Like, wouldn't you be able to just look at my stream and be like, well, he's been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey over 50 hours. It must be a good game, you know? Now, you may want to ask me some questions about it, but you probably think in your mind, like, hey, you know, if I'm streaming it, you know, every day or every other day for like a whole 5 to 6 months, it must be a good game, you know? Same thing with Madden. I'm in the 2023 season right now, so I just really reignited my flair for wanting to play sports titles. You know, I normally do play Madden and 2K every year, but this year really kind of brought me back with the new improvements, and the same thing with 2K. You know, 2K has a whole galaxy world that you can play in and stuff. I'm also trying to master baseball. I think it's going to take me a while there to get my batting stance and get down throwing pitches and things like that. But it is a good game. I think it's still a good game. And just to let you know, I am looking at some games for Black Friday to liven up the channel. I'm not going to say too much on which ones I'm looking at because I don't want to necessarily tell you one game I'm looking at and then I end up not getting it. But there are a couple of games I'm looking at for Black Friday to try to pick up to widen the library. If you are yourself in the market for new video games, this is the time to do it. On the Xbox store, they have and I'm not advertising this like I get paid for it or something like that. It's just gamer to gamer information. On the Xbox store, they have a 50% off, or excuse me, between, I think it's either 50 or 60%, something like that, 50 to 60% off on almost a lot of games. Like they have Assassin's Creed in there, they have Call of Duty, they have NBA. I think they have NBA. I don't know. I didn't see NBA. Let me take that back. Not NBA. But I know I saw UFC. I saw NHL. I saw Assassin's Creed games. I saw a lot of Call of Duty games. A lot of titles that I myself didn't even know came out recently. Far Cry has a sale going on. So if you saw the commercial for the new Far Cry 6 and you want to jump into that, they have a sale going on with that. Far Cry 5, which is a game that I own, which I'm still kind of playing and really like it playing. That's why I haven't bought 6. You can get that for very, 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 very cheap. You can get all the attachments to a lot of games. So if you own like Dragon Ball Z game, there's Kakarot, that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game that came out. You can get that. You can get Major League Baseball, the show, 22. Major League Baseball 22. You can get that for like, I think like $15 or something like that. Game I was looking at, Street Outlaws, because I'm a very big fan of Street Outlaws, a TV show. I think I can get that for like $30. It's like $100 game. And also, just to let you know, a lot of those games are on sale and it's going to last till December 2nd. So if you're not able to actually, you know, make something happen today because maybe you're waiting to get paid out on Friday, everybody works a job, you know, you may not work your job on Thanksgiving and Friday, but they would pay you out, you know, ahead of time. I know I had a job one time where we didn't work Thanksgiving and Friday, so they ended up giving us our checks on Wednesday, and we ended up cashing them on Wednesday. But a lot of places right now I notice are not really that open. Like I was gonna just to make you aware too, I'm glad it came across my mind. So I did some research, and when I say some research, I do not mean like, oh, I just clicked on a couple articles. Like I did a buttload of research on the internet, on videos, articles, different write-ups, different things. I did a buttload of research to find out what is the problem with this disconnection. What is going on where the stream will start up and it will be running for a couple of seconds and then it will shut down. Well, what I have found out is nobody knows the answer. If you do not believe me, go to Google, go to YouTube right now and type in Streamlabs crashing, right? And then see how many people have hundreds of videos. And what took me out about it was what I started noticing after watching, you know, video after video and reading article after article. Nobody really knows why. You know, everybody has different reasons and everybody has different explanations for what it went on, but nobody has a definite answer. Like prime example, this is what I did. So what I told you I was gonna do was I was gonna get a USB port to plug in an Ethernet cord, right? So I did a little research to find out, you know, what's going on here? Is my signal low? Is my service that's being uploaded to you guys, is it majorly slow? What's going on here? What's causing this issue? So just to inform you, I did some speed tests, right? So what I did was I found the article where they listed what are the requirements for streaming to YouTube and Twitch, right? So what they recommended was, and this is a very reputable source, they have good information and stuff like that. So what they recommended was, they recommended having a streaming upload speed, because your download speed, just to explain to you, your download speed doesn't matter. Your upload speed is what matters. How fast can you get the information off of your PC, MacBook, whatever, laptop, Windows, whatever, how fast you can get it off of that hardware and onto the system for you guys to watch. So the article stated that you need to have at least, like, they said, YouTube said the minimum was 3 megabytes, but they kind of informed you that the upload really is between 10 and 15. You want to have between 10 and 15 to upload very well, right? So I did some speed tests. My first speed test came out to 182 down, 32.3 up. My second one came out to 116 down, 16.6 up. My last one came out to 64.6 down and 15.8 up. So if you average that out together, we're looking at an average of about, let's say 13, 16, and 15. So you're looking at an average, split the middle, of like 15. You could say strongly 14.5, 15%, right? Megabytes upload. Now, if I have 15 megabytes upload, that means that even on Wi-Fi, I have a super strong signal. See, that's the thing I was wondering here. Like, is my signal dropping out? Is it one of those things where my internet is just weak or whatever? And that's not the case. Like, right now, I'm connected to Wi-Fi. I have full bars. Like, and if I did the speed test again, I'm pretty sure it would come back out to like 20, 30 something bars. So what you have to understand is, and this is just, something I'm putting out here too, because I know a lot of people, they'll watch streams and then they'll want to stream themselves. And, you don't understand. Sometimes you may not understand the complexity of everything. And you may think like, okay, the stream dropped out. Oh, well, damn, he must have, his computer. I've heard people say to other people, oh, your computer must be a potato, or your internet must be trash. Let me explain something to you. I got high, fast internet in here. I'm talking about gigabytes down and stuff like that. Nowadays it's either fiber, Xfinity, or Verizon, and I have one of the three. So at the same time, basically, my internet is very good. I never bump into things downloading stuff. I watch YouTube videos all the time. I watch them in high def, 1080p, all the time. Like, I'm downloading games. I think I download at least like 50 or 60 gigabytes worth of games a week. My internet does not throttle me or anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody gets throttled, but they don't throttle me to like 100 megabytes or something. Like, it stays kind of to the same speed. So what I've decided to do, and also just to make you aware too, a lot of people were saying that USB dongles, like I have what is the name on this USB dongle? Let me see if I can find a name. I have, because this wasn't, I don't remember offhand. I think this was if I remember correctly, this was just a standard USB hub, right? So what I found out was a lot of people were stating that USB hubs that plug in an Ethernet cord, something about the power delivery system, basically the power delivery system crashes MacBooks. Like, I read Reddit reviews, and it's not, and what I understand too is, from what I can gather, it's not just MacBooks. It's Windows, it's MacBooks, it's a lot of computers. What I'm probably gathering from this is, when I looked up a lot of USB hubs, what I found out was that basically most USB hubs come with a gigabit Ethernet. That means that only the maximum is 1 gigabyte that can come through the USB hub to go to your computer, okay? So what ends up happening here is, what I found out is, a lot of units can end up overheating or becoming extremely hot, right? Now, if you have a power source, most people are not, when I say most people, it's, people not in the know, not you. If you're here and you watch game streams and all that, then you're inside of the know. I'm just breaking this down for anybody that may come across a stream and wonder, hey, he was talking about this a couple days ago. What was the results? So basically, to let you know, USB hubs and docks necessarily aren't that good for your computer, because what you have to understand is, what I came to understand also is, after educating myself on the topic, is USB hubs require a power outlet. So when they tell you plug your MacBook or your Windows computer into the USB hub, what ends up happening is it overheats the system, the USB hub, because basically it has to power the computer and it has to run Like I have a Yeti, so it would have to run the Yeti. It would have to power the computer. It would have to run my graphics card, and it would have to run a Ethernet cord, right? So I'm like, okay, this doesn't sound smart. This sounds like the type of thing that basically could overheat the system. And the last thing I want to do, I've been using my USB dock. Everything's been okay. I haven't run into a problem with my USB dock. So I said to myself, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to do this, because what could really mess the channel up, this is just me, but what could really mess the channel up is I go out here and buy some USB dock trying to get an Ethernet cord that I don't need, and it crashes my MacBook right before the holidays, like right before the holidays, when I'm basically not in a position to get another one right away, because all the sales would have been over and stuff like that. So at the same time, what the executive decision, what I've decided to do is I've decided to not bring in an Ethernet cable. I know I said I was going to do that, but like I said, when I first thought the issue was an Ethernet cable and a Wi-Fi and all that, I was more than willing to take the chance. But now that I see that my internet speeds is basically like 15 upload or something like that, there's no point. Because if the minimum that you need is 10 megabytes to upload and I have 15, why would I go out and buy an Ethernet cord? Like, even if it takes me to like 20 and 30 gigabytes, okay. I might be able to stream a little bit better, but I'm rolling the dice with my MacBook because basically it's not supposed to work with it. I think that 9 times out of 10, I don't know that Apple will ever put an Ethernet cord back on their computer, but at the same time, my Xbox is plugged in on Ethernet and everything else is running well. And there's an old saying in the world, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, And it's one of those things where I don't think my setup needs any sort of fixing right now. All the settings are running good. Let me make sure that you guys are still seeing this in 1080p. Let me pull this up right now. Quality, let me change that to 1080p high def. And yes, it's being viewed. This stream can be viewed right now in high definition, 1080p. So, like I was saying, to me, there's no reason to bring up an accessory. When we were having issues, and it's user error. When it was 720p and the graphics. Don't get me wrong. I want to thank everybody that watched the stream when it was on 720p. But at the same time, I'm always looking to improve the setup, and I'm always looking to improve things to make the stream better. That's one of the things I like about controlling a gaming channel, is that I'm in control, whether it be the website. That's why I like GoDaddy. That's why I like YouTube. That's why I like all the places I am. GoDaddy, Twitter, YouTube, Theta, Facebook, all these places you have, websites, all these places you have complete control over your content. And that's, decentralized, you have complete control of your content. On centralized, there's a little bit more rules to how the game is played. But essentially, it's the same game all the way around. And I'm just glad that we were able to sort this out, especially before the holidays, because a lot of people are going to have questions. I understand, if you have, let me put it in the chat. If you have questions, let me put it in here for anybody that comes in. If you have questions. One second. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I will always engage with the chat when the game lets me, as long as it is in a respectful way. Okay, so yeah, so when you come into the streams and stuff like that, that's why I was saying I was paying attention to things, because just to give you a brief synopsis of how that happened, one day I always go back to the streams. To one of the things I can say and explain to you is I always go back to the streams to see the statistics. Was it watched? How long was it watched? Who was it watched by? Which region are they from? How old are they? Where, what device were they using when they watched it? How long did they watch the video? Did they watch this game over that game? Do more people watch Madden than they watch 2K? Do more people watch me play shooters more than they watch me play basketball or football? all these sorts of things and stuff that I have to take in on a daily basis to continue making the brand grow. So I was faced with a decision with the 720p, and I'm glad that I spent the time to look at my settings, because I feel as though myself, just to be honest, a lot of people try to give Apple a bad name. And this isn't a tirade or something like that. I'm not being paid for this. But I feel like when it comes to Apple and Xbox and brands that I use, a lot of times they catch a bad rap, you know? Like, a lot of people make it seem like you can't run a stream with Apple. Like, oh, you can't run a stream with no basic MacBook Pro. And I'm like, okay, I heard that from so many different people, that a MacBook Pro couldn't hold down a setting. And here we are in a room with 1080p high def, 1080p 30 frames a second, high definition, stream football. And football and basketball is like one of the most intensive games out there. I've streamed Battlefield. That didn't come out to be a problem. So I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So to me, it's not that it doesn't make sense to buy a computer, but if I buy a computer, it's going to be a Mac, because you have to understand, if I buy a Windows computer, that Windows computer is not going to that Windows PC isn't going to accept my MacBook. I'm not going to be able to take a cord and just plug into it and connect. It's going to be the type of thing where apps don't work and things like that. So basically, I made a decision to up the stream to 1080p high def. It was something I had to figure out through the settings. And also, I don't think it's smart, like I said, to, take on an Ethernet cord and run the risk of destroying the setup. This is very important to me. This is my baby, or one of them. So I'm not going to sit up here and basically put myself into a situation where I risk my technology over something that I don't think I need. So what we're going to do here is, just to let you know, and we're going to have this on file, if the stream ever drops out, just to let you know what I do. When the stream drops out, I have to assess the problem, meaning I have to go into the settings, I have to go into the program and try to run it again. If the stream does it again, then I have to keep restarting. Eventually it stops. Like if you notice on this stream, thankfully, when we first started up, as soon as I said sound check, right after that, before I could say another word, it basically dropped out. But as you can see, I went through the settings, made sure everything was straight, restarted it again, and here we are 30 minutes later with nothing going on. So that's the sort of thing that when you do research, come to find out, it's not something that has to do with your internet or your gigabyte upload or anything like that. It just comes down to how things are. I think people got to understand the internet and Wi-Fi's and ports and all that sorts of stuff. All of this is technology that blips. Every now and again, I like to call it blipping. Blipping is when your signal blips out. And basically it drops out on you and there's nothing you can do about it. It happens to all of us. I'm pretty sure you've been on YouTube on your phone, or you've been on your phone on a video site and you go to load a video and it doesn't load, or say Twitter, you're on Twitter and you're scrolling, and then the next lineup of tweets all come in with no pictures, and it looks like everybody has no picture. But what it is like even on TikTok, if you're loading videos on TikTok, if you notice sometimes the photo doesn't appear because basically you're, streaming the video and that part just didn't load as fast as the video. But these are different things that I have to deal with as a streamer. It's not, just to make it clear, this is not something that I'm complaining about. This is not something that I am upset about. I am so happy that I figured out this 720p issue. I'm also glad that, like I said, I did my research and found out about those USB hubs before I actually went out and bought one. The one that I have it doesn't have power to it. So basically it plugs into, if you wanted to know, I'll try to find the box. I think I have the box around here somewhere, but I'll try to find the box to be able to let you know which one I'm using. But I've never had an issue with it. But the thing of it is, it doesn't have power. So basically, if I pull it from, like, it running itself is draining power from MacBook. It doesn't actually have a power unit where you can charge through it, and it's just USB 3.0. There's no Ethernet cords. So, like I said, as it stands, everything's running good. So, why mess with it? So this is jump back into before I jump into the game. So let me put this in here. Stream is me running errands. This stream is, put this one in here so people can see. This stream is pre me running errands. I don't know how long it will be. I wanted to play for as long as I could before heading out. So just put this in the chat. So anybody that comes in, this is not one of them situations where anybody that comes in, okay, just to make you aware now, before we jump into a game, it's only one game. Like I said, today is Wednesday. It's the day before Thanksgiving. I have some things that I have to run and do. It's not like, oh, I can't stream or anything like that. But normally I know people, when they come into the streams, it's like, normally I'll stream for 7 hours, 8 hours. Shit, one time I went for like 12 hours one time and I didn't have nothing to do all day. So yes, my streams normally last 4, 5, 6 hours, things like that. But I don't know how long it's going to go today. So I wanted to put that in the chat so that way anybody that comes in, they can clearly read the chat and understand, okay, he's running a stream, but he doesn't know how long it's going to go. So if he drops out, or not to say drops out, if he disconnects and has to run out, it's not something where it was just random, but, you know, he put it there and let you know ahead of time type of thing. So just wanted to put that there. Now, some of the things I noticed, I didn't even know this little menu was here. This is pretty good. So overall rating, just to look at, we're at 8-0. Okay, just to bring you aware, I made a trade for Vita Vea. Vita Vea is the number one in the year 2023. Fletcher Cox is in the league, like, I want to say, how long has he been in the league? Fletcher Cox has been in the league for, I can tell you right now, give me 1 second. Fletcher Cox has been in the league for 11 years. Vita Vea has been in the league for 5 years. And Jonathan Hargrave has been around 7 years, and Douglas has been around 1 year. So I went and got Vita Vea because I feel as though that Vita, the thing about it is, with him being so powerful and stuff, he creates a push through the middle. So it's Fletcher Cox on one side, Vita Vea on the other. So when we bring the heat, right, a lot of times that middle collapses. So I made these trades before we got to the playoffs, before we passed, what was the name of that thing? Before we passed the trade deadline. Like right now, the trade deadline has already passed, so there's no more trades that I can make. But what I was able to grip up before we passed the trade deadline was, just to show you, I was able to grip up Vita Vea. I was also able to grip up some other people that I was able to grip up was Xavier Howard. I was able to pick up Xavier Howard. Patrick Surtain, Asante Samuel Jr. was able to pick them up. I was also able to pick up C.J. Mosley to grip him up. I got Levante David was already on the team. Then as far as other people, I think I didn't get anybody else. I traded away some people, some wide receivers. Well, not some wide receivers. We're kind of down on wide receiver. But I basically traded away, what was his name? Scotty Miller. I traded away Scotty Miller. And then just looking around here, because everybody's been progressing pretty nice, right? Like we have a lot of guys, like I have a deep cornerback room. But when you think about it in the NFL nowadays, we got all burners, you know? When you go up against the Chiefs, these dudes, 1 second. Oh, that was a door. Never mind. When you go up against the Chiefs, you know, they got the cheetah, they got Tyreek Hill, they got Travis Kelce. You know, when you go up against these teams nowadays, especially in 2023, they got a lot of burners, you know. So having a slew of cornerbacks, I think is a good idea. Now, what I noticed, this is just something I noticed here, a lot of contracts come due around the same time of year. Like my contract is on a 3-year deal, right? Just to make you aware, Jalen Hurts wants, I think, $86 million for like 5 years. So I'm not going to be signing him to this contract because, as you can see, I'm making $36 million right now. Now, this was my rookie contract when I came out at $36 million for 4 years, right? Now, if I'm not mistaken, I've upped myself to being a superstar, and I'm the number 6 ranked quarterback in the NFL, okay? So 9 times out of 10, if Kyler Murray wanted $277 million, I'm probably going to want $200-something million as well to play 5 or 6 years. So putting $80 million on Jalen Hurts is not smart, right? So I'm going to keep him, right? I'm going to keep him and let him basically play the year with us. But then after the year is over, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to let him walk because I can't trade him. There's nothing I can do. And at the same time, I don't think it's smart to pay, you know, he's 2 years older than me. I don't think it's smart to pay $86 million. Now, Najee Harris is coming up in 2 years. Kenneth Gainwell. When you look at our wide receivers, Waddle and Devontae Smith have 2 years left, right? All of these people are going to come due. Trent Williams, right? Andre Dillard. There's a lot of positions. And then the key position I saw was this, the cornerback room. All my cornerbacks that are on the team Stephon Gilmore, Xavier Howard, Darius Slay, Patrick Surtain, Asante Samuel, all four top dogs are on 2-year contracts, right? And then the other guys are on ones. So we're in a situation, now where basically we're gonna have to kind of lighten the load a bit. Like you want to keep people, right? But you kind of have to wait till the contracts come out, because some people I don't feel as though are being good negotiation tactics. Like when you look at Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts wants $86 million. When you come into his information, he wants to be paid $14 million a year, right? He wants $7.7 million as a signing bonus. Now Jalen Hurts is the number 21 ranked quarterback in the league, top 11, right? But a $31 million signing bonus and $55 million in contracts comes out to be almost $90 million. Now, when I signed Josh Allen to a $90 million contract, you got to understand that basically that $90 million contract that I signed Josh Allen to was because I'm going to show you why I signed Josh Allen to this contract. Because if you remember, Josh Allen wanted how much? He wanted $90 million for 5 years, right? Okay. Well, looks like to me, if I signed him to a 5-year deal or 6-year deal for $90-something million, it looks like to me I now have the number one right outside linebacker in the game, right? And then below him, I got the number, what does it be, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got the number 1 and the number 6 right outside linebacker. 1 second. Okay, well, like I said, the time has come. I have to run out. I want to thank everybody that was here for this moment. Just to let you know, so you are made aware, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to end up streaming later. I just have to run out and do a couple things, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to stream again later, because I'm not going to be able to probably stream Thursday and Friday. So you have your good rest of your day. Stay alert for the alerts. Make sure you like, subscribe, set alerts so you get notified when I go live again, and come back when I go live later today if I go live again later today. So have a good rest of your Thanksgiving holiday. Peace. If I don't see you again. Peace.